Go.
The left side, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor of California. The right side, Ryan Giggs, the soccer star of Manchester United. Can you guys notice that same thing or similarity with these two guys? Yes, right. They had adultery with a housekeeper and the sister of his wife. Adultery means have sex with someone else, not their wives. Is there any special reason for this? Justin Garcia research team in New York University represented that a certain gene type is related with womanizing. Womanizing is short sexual relationship with women. So today I'd like to talk about one kind of mental disorders, hypersexual disorder, which is the medical term of sex addiction. So today I'll talk about the first causes of the hypersexual disorder, and secondly, I'll discuss about the symptoms of the hypersexual disorder, and then I'll give an example of it. So let's move on to the causes of the hypersexual disorder. There are 3 causes of the hypersexual disorders, and the first one is biochemical imbalances, second one is changes in neural pathways, and the third one is family dysfunction. So let's start with the biochemical imbalances. Conducive behavior are related with imbalances with dopamine, which is one kind of brain chemical. So when you look up the picture, the left side, there is a dopamine, and the bottom of it, there is a functions of the dopamines, such as reward, pleasure, and compulsion, something like that. And sex addiction could be occurred by this kind of high level of the chemical. The second cause could be the neural changes in neural pathways. Neural pathways are complex wiring in the brain, and it makes people feel pleasure during sexual activity. So when people try to stop it, it makes more difficult to stop or quit the addiction. The final cause that I'd like to introduce is family dysfunction. So one family dysfunction could be the past of a family, such as substance abuse and addiction. And another family dysfunction could be the parents. So the people have uncaring or strict or emotionally unavailable parents easily become sex addicts. So now that I discussed about the causes of the hypersexual disorder, so from now on, I'm going to talk about the symptoms of the hypersexual disorder. There are several symptoms of the hypersexual disorder, but today I'm going to cover 4 main symptoms of it. The first one could be they spend most of the time in sexual fantasies, common sexual behavior. Second one is repetitively they commit sexual fantasies and behavior when they are in negative moods, like anxiety, depression, boredom, irritability, stress, something like that. Next symptom is they make unsuccessful effort to reduce or control their this kind of sexual behavior and fantasies. And the point in here is they make not successful effort. The final symptom that I'd like to talk about is they repetitively commit sexual behavior without thinking about self and others' physical and emotional damages. So I've discussed about the symptoms of the hypersexual disorder. So from now on, I'm going to give an example. realized that her life was ruined because of sex. She married 2 times and she cheated on both her husbands. She enjoyed with many guys and one-night stands too many to count, but she couldn't stop it. And even she didn't go to the work because of her masturbate acts. To her, sex was kind of her self-medication. In order to soothe her loneliness and the fear of being unwanted, she was looking for love in all other wrong places. 10 years passed and she was extremely depressed and she tried to commit suicide. Because of the desire of her sex, she screwed up everything. 2 times of her married lives and her job. She finally ended up the homeless and food stamps. She was just out of control. So through this example, we can notice that hypersexual disorder can ruin seriously one's life. They end up with losing relationships, getting disease, and losing jobs. So today, I gave causes of the hypersexual disorder, and I discussed about the symptoms of the hypersexual disorder, and finally, I gave an example of it. We can easily blame the people who has hypersexual. So when we hear the scandal of the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Ryan Giggs, most of the people detest them. But however, as we learned from the presentation today, it could be the serious thing than we thought. It could be a hypersexual disorder. So I hope that the presentation that I gave you today is going to be helpful to widen your knowledge.